What's going on, noobs? I am Rory, the Perpetual Noob, and welcome back to my Hollow Knight boss discussion series. This is the 8th video in a series where I'll be discussing each boss of Hollow Knight, where we can find them, how we can defeat them, and how does this boss fit into the world of Hollow Knight. Today, we'll be talking about Broken Vessel. We can find Broken Vessel at the far left of the Ancient Basin. The start of our fight with Broken Vessel is marked by a series of events. For starters, we've got to walk past what appears to be a corpse, but it's really Broken Vessel. A gate will drop down on the right of the battleground. The ground will rumble, kicking up dust and harmless light seed enemies. We can attack these light seeds, but we cannot destroy enough of them to stop them from gathering within the corpse that'll soon become Broken Vessel. Once Broken Vessel stands and shouts, it's time to party. Broken Vessel will leap towards us, trying to land on our head. Broken Vessel telegraphs this attack when they compress their body and lower their head almost to the ground before leaping into the air. It's a little difficult to see this motion because Broken Vessel hunches over when they walk. Let's call this attack the Leap Attack. Broken Vessel will levitate a short distance above the ground and then dash forward, slashing with their nail. Broken Vessel travels a set distance during the dash. Sadly, that distance is about 75% of the entire battleground. Broken Vessel telegraphs this attack when they prepare like they would for a leap attack. Instead of leaping in a parabolic arc, Broken Vessel stops in midair and floats for nearly an entire second before leaning forward, which signals the start of the dash. There really isn't any telegraphing action for the slash. Just know that the slash doesn't start until about midway during the dash and ends before Broken Vessel finishes their dash. Let's call this attack the Aerial Slash Attack. Broken Vessel swings their nail rapidly in an overhead arc, left and right 4 times. Broken Vessel telegraphs this attack when they stop moving, stand upright, and turn their head to face the sky. Broken Vessel holds this position for about half a second before swinging their nail to and fro. Let's call this attack the Flail Attack. Broken Vessel leaps into the air only to slam down on us. The impact of the slam creates 4 blobs of infection that rise up and away in parabolic arcs at set distances from Broken Vessel. Whew, that was a mouthful. Anyway, Broken Vessel targets us when they leap, but thankfully only slams straight down. Broken Vessel telegraphs this attack by preparing for a leap attack. At the top of the arc, however, Broken Vessel stops in midair, their cloak billowing and their fist reaching up to grab their nail. They stay in midair for barely half a second before starting the slam. The slam is telegraphed when Broken Vessel draws their nail and points it straight down. Broken Vessel slams down at us, leading with their nail. When Broken Vessel hits the ground, the 4 blobs of infection emanate from Broken Vessel, but spend a lot of time below the battleground before rising, putting a lot of distance between each of them before becoming dangerous to us. Let's call this whole process the Slam Attack. Broken Vessel will dash along the ground, slashing at us with their nail. This attack is just like the Aerial Slash Attack, except on the ground. The dash still covers about 75% of the battleground, and Broken Vessel still swings their nails sometime around the middle of the dash. Broken Vessel telegraphs this attack as they do the Aerial Slash Attack, except on the ground. It's the same upright position for the same amount of time. Let's call this attack the Slash Attack. Broken Vessel will spawn an infected balloon enemy. This happens randomly throughout the battle, and can occur in conjunction with other Broken Vessel attacks. The infected balloon enemy typically spawns somewhere in the air. This attack is telegraphed by the appearance of a small swirling formation of infection. Within about a half second, an infected balloon spawns at the point of swirling infection, and it will float straight towards us. Let's call this attack the Balloon Attack. Broken Vessel will create a multitude of blobs of infection, covering most of the entire battleground, the floor, and the air. The blobs emanate from Broken Vessel in waves of 3 blobs, though the wave could be all 3 blobs at once, 2 blobs with 1 quickly following behind, or 1 blob with 2 quickly following behind. Broken Vessel telegraphs this attack when they stop moving and throw their head back like some of us do when laughing really hard. Then Broken Vessel quickly bends forward, banging their head into the ground. The first wave of blobs appears shortly after. Throughout this attack, Broken Vessel will literally be headbanging. The whole attack lasts for about 4 seconds, with waves of blobs appearing about every half second. Let's call this attack the Headbanger Attack. Although this fight was much more elegant than my Brooding Malek fight, the charm, Thorns of Agony, still did a lot of work. The Quick Focus charm was absolutely necessary for me to get any healing done during this battle. Without it, I'm not sure when it would have been safe for me to heal, especially since almost every Broken Vessel attack either locks onto us or covers most of the battleground. I also had the Grub Song charm equipped, which was a huge help. At this point in my Hollow Knight journey, I tended to use charms that gave me bonuses when hit by an enemy. Having Grub Song equipped meant that every time I was hit by Broken Vessel, I would have enough soul to heal that lost hit point back. I was a little aggressive battling Broken Vessel. I didn't take any time to learn their attacks, instead opting to be reactionary and respond to attacks as they came and learn their attacks more through on-the-job training rather than calculated observation. This strategy worked well for much of the fight, until the end of the fight, but let's not talk about that. Through this strategy, I learned simple ways to handle most of Broken Vessel's attacks. We can jump over the slash attack and score some hits with a downward slash as Broken Vessel passes underneath us. We can just stay on the ground and move towards Broken Vessel when they do an aerial slash attack, also scoring some hits with upward slashes as they pass overhead. Moving left or right gets us out of the way of the leap and slam attacks. We've just got to make sure we don't get too far away from Broken Vessel during the slam attack, otherwise we'll take a blop to the face. We can walk, probably still better to dash or jump, away from the Flail Attack. Avoiding the Headbanger Attack is the trickiest, requiring walking, jumping, and some dashing to effectively avoid it. But the gaps in the blobs are fairly large, and we're given some time to figure out where the blobs are going, which helps us prepare our dodging strategy. There are plenty of opportunities to strike Broken Vessel, either in between attacks or during some of them, which I took advantage of as often as possible. I had collected enough mask shards to have 1 extra hit point by this time in my journey, and having that extra hit point gave me the opportunity to be a little more cavalier with my health, especially because I had Quick Focus equipped. I'll admit I was a little overconfident in this fight, and had I not had the charms, the upgraded nail, and the extra hit point, this overconfidence would have been my undoing. Broken Vessel is a strong boss. Their speed and attack variety makes for a tough fight. Every offensive spell could be helpful during this fight. Desolate Dive is a great spell because you can stay safe and damage Broken Vessel during the Headbanger attack. Vengeful Spirit is great for the slash and aerial slash attacks. Fire it off while Broken Vessel stands in place preparing to dash. Vengeful Spirit also works against the Flail Attack. Howling Wraiths has a little less utility in this fight than the other spells, but only because its main use would be against the aerial slash attack. But, if spells are your thing, make sure to equip the Shaman Stone and Spell Twister charms. The Spore Shroom charm could also be useful, because it creates a large poison cloud wherever you are when you're focusing soul. This poison cloud will quickly dispose of the infected balloons and do a little damage to Broken Vessel if they enter the cloud. You might have noticed that Broken Vessel's nail is longer than our own, so charms like Long Nail and Mark of Pride can help balance the scales, giving our own nail similar reach. There are times when Broken Vessel will be stunned by our attack. You'll know when Broken Vessel is stunned because the hit will sound different. Broken Vessel will be knocked back by our attack and remain motionless with their head tilted back, looking like they are bending over backwards. At that time, you could use the Nail Art Great Slash or the spell Desolate Dive, or really any spell or ability that is stronger than a normal attack to maximize your damage safely, because Broken Vessel remains stunned for a couple seconds. And of course, don't forget to upgrade your nail at the Nailsmith and get more charms and charmed notches from Salubra. Please see the Soulmaster video for a more in-depth general discussion about playstyles and charm combinations. Once Broken Vessel is defeated, the massive infection blocking the left of the battleground will open up. This gives us access to a path that leads to our next and final movement upgrade, the Monarch Wings. The Monarch Wings allow us to double jump, an ability which is necessary to complete the main story of Hollow Knight and finish exploring all of Hallownest. Once we have the Monarch Wings, we can return to the Broken Vessel battleground and finally leave to the right to continue on our journey. So who is Broken Vessel? From the Hunter's notes, shattered corpse, reanimated by infected parasites. The Hunter continues on to mention that they've seen many creatures that look like the Broken Vessel before, and wonders where they've all come from. Well, the Hunter's not wrong. There are many very similar to Broken Vessel located in another part of Hallownest that is below the ancient basin, the Abyss. The Abyss is accessible later on, once we've acquired the King's Brand, but for this discussion, I'm going to show you a bit of the Abyss. It'll be our little secret. The Abyss is where the King of Hallownest oversaw the creation of vessels. A vessel is a creature capable of completely containing the infection that plagues Hallownest. However, not just any vessel can accomplish this monumental task. The vessel needs to be pure, or completely hollow. This is why there are so many bodies down here in the Abyss. None of these vessels were pure enough to completely contain the infection, so they were discarded and left here to rot. Even the current vessel is not pure enough, which is why infection is still spreading across Hallownest. We'll get to that story another time. Essentially, for a vessel to successfully contain the infection, it must be full of the Void, which is accomplished once we've acquired the charm, Void Heart. Yep, you heard that right. Through our exploration of Hallownest, we can acquire the Void Heart, which makes us completely hollow. Yes, we are one of those vessels created by the King. But will we be pure enough with the Void to save Hallownest? That's it for our boss discussion about Broken Vessel. Thank you for joining me today, noobs. Stay tuned for future Hollow Knight boss videos. If you've got any thoughts about the Broken Vessel fight, I'd love to hear them in the comments below. I am the Perpetual Noob, and I'll see you all next time.